Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks with Crabther90. I've got a really special game for you today. This is Condor, we all know him as Erbo, and his Kv-2 platooned up with two of his buddies in, I think, Malikor's clan, WD. I'm not sure what that stands for. They're on Kamarin, which, as everyone knows, has been reduced in its selection of what kind of tanks can show up on Kamarin. Other than, I think Clan Wars still happens on Kamarin sometimes. But for the rest of us, it is mainly, you have to be in a tier 8 tank or under to find yourself on Kamarin. As you can see, there are two Kv-2s, and this is a true troll platoon. Condor loads AP for his first shell. I think that's his premium AP shell. It's something like 136 damage. Let me look. 136 penetration. Yep, 700 damage. And he seems to bring two of them for those lucky T1 heavy drivers and VK drivers. His two platoon mates kind of get upside that left side of the hill, which is artillery safe, though there is no artillery in this game. And they're facing off against the VK and some other guys. Condor, or Erbo, is already up to his second kill. Took out that VK 30-1P. And he's going to be using HE for the rest of the game. Erbo sent me this replay. He put it up on Watt Replays to download, and he was just very proud of it, and I can see why. It's another 300 and some odd shot by him. He's taken some damage, but he's got 2 kills, and it's not even 2 minutes into the game. You can see the reload on this tier 6 using the 152 is really, really long. It reminds me a little of like a Jagdpanzer or the FV at tier 10. And right into the turret, the HE explodes on that Kv-85, and that's his third kill. His buddy Pravda Much Truth working on the VK, but he's probably going to get taken out. Yep. And you can see Malikor in his trollish T2 light has also been killed. But this VK is not looking so nice now, as Erbo picks up his 4th kill, planting one into his side armor. Now there is a little spaced section of that VK towards the back of the tank that you have to be careful when you're shooting HE or really any rounds into, because that little spaced armor will eat the shell. Erbo's gonna change up his angle of attack. He's been sitting in the same spot. I'm sure everyone knows not to go out in front of that spot now. So he spots this Wolverine. He's gonna let it load. We'll let him zoom in, and there we go. Tier 5 Wolverine taken out. That Wolverine has an open top and HE damage. If you get it to, I don't think you even have to pen. It'll splash over the top of that open turret, doing full damage. You can see how the game's developed. The left side of the map, down the one line, the enemy team has really kind of taken a foothold, while our team has ran into some defensive positions on the 8-9 line. Erbo's up to 6 kills already. We'll see what he's looking at. Go into his view as he tries to snipe out this T-28 medium tank. And he misses. So, there you go. He's been very lucky with the accuracy so far, but misses that long-range shot in the T-28. Now, I'm not sure what this M4 is thinking. I think he has a howitzer as well, so maybe he's hoping that he can come in and whittle away the Kv-2's life by the time he reloads, but Erbo's already reloaded. When you're in the heat of battle, 20.7 seconds can either feel really long when you're getting surrounded, or it could be just really nice. And you can see that HE damage takes off his track, but only does 8. Now this SU-100Y, the tier 6 box tank with its amazing gun, but large profile, is going to prove to be the bane of Erbo's existence. As I mentioned earlier, the Kv-2 is not exactly proficient at hitting long-range shots. You can see him aiming at this Kv-1. He's behind a rock. He's got a shot, but that shell wafts left. But at 7 kills, almost 3,000 damage, he's already asserted himself as the top player in this game. Still looking over to his right. I think there is an AT-2 at our base that is helping whittle these guys down over here. Oh, he lets it aim, takes the shot, and Churchill 3, the Russian premium, cannot stand up to that 152 millimeter HE. Now, as this game kind of draws into the middle game, you can see that there are, 3 tanks on the other team, 4 tanks on our team, but they still have the SU-100Y with its amazing gun that can, as you see, one-shot most of our tanks, especially at low health after being in battle for a relatively long amount of time. Erbo already has a Radley-Walters medal. He's waiting to see what that his AT-2 will spot. Hopefully he'll spot that T-28. When he realizes that he's definitely going to have to try and work on this SU-100. The Churchill really has no chance. And that looked like it went in the right direction, but I think it splashed on a rock or on the hilltop in front of the SU-100Y. This is what I'm talking about that reload. It's long, but as long as you're at far range, you don't really notice it, especially with slower moving tanks. And, oh, that one just nudged over top of the SU-100Y. So it looks like it's all down to the AT-2 and Erbo. AT-2 driver tanks for the fun. Seems to be pretty good, above average player with 22,000 games, 53 win rate. So he definitely knows what he's doing, and he's in a tank that can stand to the job, though cannot get hit by that SU-100Y, or it cannot get penetrated at least, because if it does, he's a one-shot. Now, for a little while, Erbo's going to sit here, see if he can't spot, the SU-100Y. But one of the other disadvantages of the Kv-2 and all Russian heavy tanks is that they don't have the greatest view range. I'm not sure what the SU-100Y's view range is. I can't imagine it being that great, especially with the general nerf to tank destroyer view ranges. But this is like 2 people standing, 20 yards apart and having a pissing contest at each other. They're just not going to hit each other. Not that I recommend you do that. Now, Erbo's spidey senses are tingling. He's going to turn around. He figures that because the 098 line has been left completely wide open, that the 2 enemy T-28s may be trying to flank him, and so he decides to take a position with these bushes to try and spot the base. The AT-2 has still had no luck finding these T-28s, so it could be that they have decided to flank around the entire map and come back to get a different angle on these guys. And what do you know? There's one T-28 spotted. He's ranging in for the shot, waiting to see when he'll get past all those buildings. He's passed, and as he comes outside these buildings and behind these bushes, he lets one fly, and it goes really true. It didn't have that high arc that you saw some of the other shots that he took have. Now there's one last T-28, and there's still that SU-100Y that he has to look out for. He knows the T-28's in front of him, but more than likely the SU-100Y feels like this is his only chance to affect the game, and is going to try and charge Erbo, because he figures that Erbo has his attention drawn by the T-28. And what do you know? He's spotted, tries to get the gun around, tries to turn it around, and gets taken out. SU-100Y had a great game so far. Top gun of his own. He 6 kills, has a very good chance of pulling out victory from the claws of defeat here, especially if you could manage to pen this AT-2 or load HE and hope to, I guess, slowly take him out. Though I wouldn't recommend that. I would just hope for the one shot, because the AT-2's 6-pounder, I think he has a great rate of fire, and unfortunately, there you go, only hit his tracks, and therefore the AT-2 takes the cake. I I think that's a great game for Erbo. It's a lot of fun. He got 9-kill Radley-Walters. They wound up winning the game. It's a real bummer that that SC-100Y wound up coming up behind him and killing him, especially after he took so many punts at him at long range. But I hope this guy shows you, this replay shows you that it's not only is it possible to have crazy games in the Kv-2, if you're top tier and the rest of the team on your side and their side just think that, facing Kv-2s is smart from the front, then you're going to have a heck of a game. And not to mention, he was having pretty good luck with RNG with those shots going long range and hitting most of his aimed shots. So I'll show you the after battle report. You can take a look at his medals and give Erbo, who is Condor on the NA server, a big shout out next time you see him. Thanks.